Hi, welcome to all of you. I know many of you are here involuntarily. This is going to be a great graduation tonight. I've just been thinking about it all day. This just an amazing group of people that have been persevering through this teacher training. Here's how the form, well, first of all, I assume most of you know what happened during the last 8 weeks, other than we beat up on your loved ones. Just this summary, because maybe some of you didn't hear, but teacher training is actually a lot more than just an education, a lot more than just an intellectual course. Obviously, as a matter of fact, that was, in my opinion, the least important thing of it, what they learn. More importantly is what they experience. Because yoga, obviously, as most of you probably know, is a lot more than just exercise, a lot more than just standing on your head and stretching and breathing and relaxing and getting rid of stress. In order to be an effective yoga teacher, it's important at least that you have experienced a little bit of what yoga can do for you, besides the physical part, a little bit of the quiet, a little bit of the stillness, a little bit of the inner peace. And that's what this course was designed to do, to give the teacher trainees an experience in yoga discipline, to take them beyond what they would get in the gym or what they would get in the normal yoga center. Because, what they get in those places, I'm not putting them down, I'm glad they're there, but it's obviously just the tip of the iceberg. It's just a little bit of what it's really about. So what we're going to experience tonight, we're going to see how this relatively short, I know it seems 8 weeks is a long time to some of you who've been suffering here for 8 weeks, but relatively short period of time compared to your lifetime. We're going to see how this discipline affected them. They had to be here every morning before the crack of dawn at 6 o'clock for meditation, right? They had to go to at least an average of 1 yoga class a day. They had to lead basically a monastic lifestyle like a monk. They had to get out of the hustle and bustle and the craziness of normal lives. It doesn't mean they couldn't work. Obviously, most of them had jobs the whole time. But they had to pull themselves inside. They did their duty, whatever responsibility was, but they had to try to make themselves quiet. We had all kind of crazy tortures to make them quiet. They had no radio, no music, no television, no life, right? They had to basically what we had to do is take away the distractions we normally use to get our minds outside. We had to take away all the things that we run to because we don't want to face what? We don't want to face what's inside of us. So we distract ourselves all the time. And it gets better or worse, depending on your perspective. They had to be vegetarians. No meat, no fish, no eggs, no alcohol, no recreational drugs, okay? And they had to do it for 8 weeks. So in a little bit, we're going to see how this extremely difficult regimen affected each one of them. So let me get some diplomas. Let me read the diploma to you, okay? There's nothing wrong. It says, they printed it upside down. It says this is a certified, that's so-and-so and so-and-so, could be any one of these. What's her name? So-and-so has successfully completed the Yoga Teachers Intensive at Yoga Inner Peace. We bestow upon her the title Yoga Ceremony, the Minister of Yoga. We give her our sincere best wishes that she may continue to practice yoga, reap its immense benefits from this practice, and contribute love, light, and positive energy to all of humanity. That's the big order, isn't it? So let's see. Okay, so this is Mary. Mary was actually my very first yoga student when I came here to Lake Worth. I was teaching at some school. Neither of us remembers what the name of the school was. She was no matter how hard you try, she was my very first yoga student. I guess about 10 or 11 weeks ago, I said, Mary, why don't you take teacher training? And she was kind of astonished because she thought, I'm too old to whatever, blah, 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 blah. And she said, do you think I can? Of course you can. You can do anything. And so I conned her into taking the course. And what happened to you during this course, doing all this craziness we took you through?
Well, I came as a senior citizen out of the gentle class.
Okay.
3 days a week. And it was always 11 o'clock because 9 o'clock was too early.
You couldn't get up that early.
9 o'clock.
So it's been full of surprises.
What do you mean?
I surprised myself that I could get here every day and do the yoga. And I did not think I was in shape. You told me round is a shape.
Round in the shape, yes.
It's just been an amazing experience, and I'm so glad I did it. And I'm so glad I did it with these three.
So what happened to you during the course?
I got stronger and healthier and braver and more peaceful. I let go of a lot of worries and angers. And
Why?
because of getting in touch with myself,
Okay.
feeling peaceful in the meditation, and just feel much more courageous.
Really?
Yes.
You're going to go out and get the world?
Probably.
What are you going to do next?
I'm going to teach.
I love it. I love it.
And I never, that was not,
You weren't taking it to teach.
no, not
I
at
conned
all.
you
That
into
was the
teaching.
last thing I wanted to do, and I found out I loved it.
Really?
Yes.
I knew you'd be a good teacher. What else happened inside?
I was surprised because things I thought I would miss, I did not. I
Like
didn't.
what?
Television, movies, beer.
I understand the same problem. So what? So what happened with these things?
They just became meaningless. It wasn't even an issue.
Did I pay you to say that?
No.
No.
But I'll bill you.
What else happened?
I got a lot of cooperation from my family.
That's what you're sure?
Yeah. And
I
I
see your
appreciate
daughter's
that.
there video. And you're okay.
I had a little setback, and I got a lot of moral support at home, and people really seemed to be behind me and realize what a value this is to me.
Oh, wow.
That meant a lot to me.
Sounds like a commercial, doesn't it?
Yeah.
By now.
So that's about it.
Do you have anything else to say?
Oh, just I'm so glad I did it.
I am too. Been a joy having you here. We're not finished with you yet, are we?
Oh yes,
Will you be here tomorrow morning?
probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk a shit.
I don't
with
know
your
where
show.
else to go. Where else can you go at 6 o'clock in the morning
What else can you do
and
at
have
6 in
this
the morning?
much fun?
Yeah. And sleep is way overrated, right?
Oh, it really is.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. This is Nicole. She is definitely seriously one of the most amazing individuals I've ever met. I don't know how she, take it. I don't know how she juggles what she juggles. I mean, do you ever sleep? Rarely?
Really?
Yeah. Well, you're 23 years old? For a 23-year-old, she has an amazing amount of responsibility, which she does amazingly well. Just like, it's mind-boggling. I couldn't, I'm old, okay? I couldn't carry the weight on my shoulders I think that Nicole carries, okay? Just amazing. Maybe I could. God gives you what you need, but she's just amazing. So what happened to you in this course? You don't have to tell all the details, just some of them.
A lot. You make me cry.
You can cry, it looks good on YouTube.
I became a big emotional crybaby. It's 8 weeks.
You did a lot of purification, right?
I
A lot of cleansing.
did. I don't know. I was just able to control my emotions more.
What do you mean? For example?
Oh gosh, just like with the breathing.
Yeah?
Breathing really helped. Like, I have built up anxiety, and I would get mad or whatever, and like
And me?
like no. Like, on a regular day, in like my car, I would get upset or whatever, and just be really angry. And after a couple of weeks here, like I wasn't really doing the breathing, but then I was like, you know what? I turned off the whatever music, and I was just like, I was really upset, and I was just like in my car, and I just started breathing, like, you know, just, and like it
Breathing
calmed me
deeply.
down in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And same with the music. Like all I listen to, I torture her with it.
Your sister, okay.
Yeah. It just makes me feel so much better. I don't know why. And even when I don't have the music on, I'm upset. Like I find those songs like in my head, and I just feel
Yoga
like
music.
yoga music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Sustaining Grace CD.
Okay.
And I can't even put it into words, really.
Okay.
Or I can't find the right words.
Sure. You're also one of the brightest individuals I know, so the right words are there. What else happened in your life during this course?
Well, it helped a lot with like work. Even at work, we had music on, but I tuned everything out because there's a lot of negative energy at work, and a lot of people complain, and old people come in, and it's just I let it go, They
Be careful, you're speaking to an old person. Okay?
But it's just I used to take it to heart, and it's just like they're probably having a bad day, and like I learned, who are they hurting? They're yelling at me, and
People coming to your office?
yeah, like old people, young people,
Choose your words carefully.
okay, little kids would come in and bite my fingers, I'm just
She works in a dental office, okay.
so, and my bosses aren't the easiest people to get along with, so
This is going to be on YouTube,
that's okay. I don't know. I just learned to I would take it to heart, and she would say something mean, or like at work, people would say something, and I would like almost want to cry. I would just walk away because I wanted to cry, but I'm just like whatever. Like seriously, she'll say something, and I have no reaction to it. Like I'm just like okay, and then she like looks at me like because usually I would just like get all like
Upset.
and like shaky or
You
like
stood there like a sage.
yeah, I'm just like okay, what else? I've been called worse. Like
What do you mean, your boss?
yeah, boss, people I work with,
Okay.
just in general.
What's going to happen tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow, and
No, I mean at work.
at work,
Yeah.
just I've been okay at work for the past 4 weeks. Like
Wow.
it's been just like, and I'm the last person there. As soon as they leave, the music goes off, and it's just like me time. Like there's no sound, and I love it. And I just do everything that I have to do. I clean everything, and it just feels so good. And then like that's my favorite time of work is like
Wow.
6 o'clock at night.
You're amazing. What else?
I don't know. I just
You've been through the mill in this course of events in your life. Just amazing. You're still breathing, actually. You're still alive.
yeah. I don't know.
She's had some very difficult times, and each one she seems to stand up straighter after it's over.
Yep.
Okay. Should we ask her more questions? Is that enough?
Well,
More?
that's enough.
That's one of her two
Good to have
sisters
a
sitting there.
supportive family.
Go ahead. No, we're going to let her go.
Still breathing. Yeah.
This is Denise. Each one of these individuals is unique in her own right. As when Denise signed up for teacher training, I said something like, why don't you start coming to meditation in class early and come every day? She said, okay. I said, because if you miss something later in the course, you have some makeups in your pocket to cover you. And you start maybe a month ahead of time.
About a month.
She even started being a vegetarian a month ahead of time. And in the first week, it was an amazing transformation, and just her whole persona, how her face looked and everything. Each day she looked different. And tell us about before the course started. What happened to you?
You know what my coworkers and my friends would say? Or
Well,
the whole process?
What did your coworkers and friends say?
So, in the beginning, I would come in and I would drag myself in every morning, and I would tell Barta, my mind's not quiet. It's still racing. It's still going.
She'd
I
been
can't
quiet
turn it
all week,
off.
right?
And he's like, it's patience. And I would go to work and I would still be frustrated and I would still have all the things that were going on in my life. And slowly I'd have people run into me. Did you do something different? Something different? Is your hair different? Or you wear, you know, what's going on? They couldn't figure it out. And I didn't really tell a whole lot of people because I wanted this to be for me. And then slowly I started telling people the longer it took. And, you know, they would just realize that there was something different with my energy. I was more calm. I was more happy. I was more, I don't know, there was just something. They would say that I would like light up or something. You would tell me that too. And
Yeah, you changed a lot in the first week.
And just within the first month before we even started, before I ever met the 6 other people that started with me. So that was big.
That was big. So what happened during the course?
Well, I learned to let go of a lot. I learned to just, it wasn't as important that, you know, at 5:30 or 6 when I leave the office, I didn't have to take it with me. That I could come to a place and just be quiet and be all about myself and, you know, let my mind just empty and be peaceful and take care of myself, because that's really difficult for me to do. I'm always after everybody else. So it was nice to be able to do that for me.
Wow. What happened to you inside during the course?
Well, you and I had spoken at length about the whole vegetarian thing and how I couldn't do it.
It wasn't possible for you to quit eating meat, right?
No, I'm Hispanic. It's like we have to do it. We have to have some sort of meat in there. And it was incredible. I didn't miss it, you know, maybe a twinge when I would see somebody having something, but not at all like, oh, I need to have that. I can't wait until, you know, it's over. And internally it just felt different. Like I felt calm and rested, and even if I was up at 5:30 every morning, I did feel rested. I did feel like I didn't feel run down. And going to class, you know, sometimes I would try to go to class twice a day, and it was just really nice to have that kind of energy that I would leave everything else at the door and then just come in, and you know, I'd have my 3 counterparts here, or I would see, and it would just be, it was nice. It was nice to have something like that and to feel different, to feel calm, to feel happy, to feel, I don't know.
Did your coworkers continue to see a difference as the course
Oh, yeah.
went along?
Completely.
So how did they freak out near the end of the course?
Well, because I told them, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And you know, everything's about food. Let's go have lunch, and let's go here, and I was salad, or you know, whatever. And even the fact that I used to play my iPod very loudly at the office.
Okay.
And it just, you know, and there was one day that one of my coworkers, she came to paint a mural on the wall, and she's like, "What are you playing?" And it was the Om CD, and wow, that's really great. That's perfect. It helps so much. And even some of my clients, they would come into my office and I'd be playing it, and we'd have our session, and I'd go to turn it off, and they'd be like, "No, that's okay." So, you know, I work with a really troubled population, so it helped. And it helped me helping them, so that was nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen after tonight?
I'm going to go home and do some work, and I'm going to go to sleep. But I will be here tomorrow morning. I will be here
You
tomorrow
know how
morning.
many groups everyone has said they'd be here the next morning?
I'll be here.
Okay.
Talk is cheap.
Talking.
I will be here.
You understand.
I do.
Any of you have any questions for her? Yes.
Sure.
Where do you work?
About the teacher training course. Go to your room. Anybody have any questions about her experience during the teacher training course? Can't make it too easy. I guess we'll have to get to the last one on that one.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this is racial. As I said, each one is unique, and each one is has gone through different experiences. Okay, you have to talk a long time because everybody else was short. Okay, so what happened to you during these 8 weeks?
It was just really a very incredible experience. It was very challenging at the beginning. Honestly, I thought about quitting every single day for the first 2 weeks.
So why didn't you? Why didn't you?
in part your enthusiasm that it was the very you can do this kind of attitude, and I think that carried me through the first couple weeks because
Wow.
Making a few of the adjustments. I
Why
found
did you want to quit in the
difficult.
beginning?
It was challenging to balance this against work
You
schedule.
could have quit your job.
No, I thought about it.
Did you? Okay. Tell me
Couldn't
some
make
more.
that work.
Tell me some more.
After I got accustomed to the schedule, I think the biggest thing for me about this whole process is that I have found a vast quiet and peace inside of me that I think I always knew was there somewhere, but I couldn't figure out how to get to it. And this gave me the path
Oh, wow.
to get there.
So how did it unfold?
I guess just, it was mostly the meditation, our meditations, and a lot of the philosophy that we studied and learned about a yogic lifestyle.
What other challenges did you have during the course?
Giving up caffeine, that was rough. Once I got accustomed to the schedule, it didn't seem that difficult. It didn't seem too challenging. Just balancing work against this was really the only obstacle that I had to overcome.
What else have you overcome inside of you during the past 8 weeks? Or think you overcome anyway?
Worries, anxieties, wondering about the future of my life, the world, society. It's still there to an extent, but not like it was before.
Yeah.
There's
It's
just
not
kind of
overwhelming.
No, it's not overwhelming. Not at all. That's awesome.
It is awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is,
Almost makes you want to take up yoga.
yeah, I understand
doesn't
for sure.
I had no idea. I had no idea that we were going to get this immersed throughout this process. I knew that we were going to meet whatever requirements were necessary for us to be certified as yoga teachers, but I had no idea just how profoundly this was going to affect me.
Wow. Just a comment, I should have made it before, but there wasn't some kind of magic or some kind of powder I sprinkle on their heads to make them feel this way during the course. What happened was they did self-discipline. They changed certain aspects of their lives for probably a relatively short amount of time. And just by changing those aspects of their lives, living a certain lifestyle, and doing certain discipline, their minds became quiet. Now each of them knows in her own lives what yoga can do. From here on, it's up to them to keep the practice of it. It's like the tip of the iceberg, just the speck that they've done so far. It seems like a lot. If they continue the practices, they're going to really enhance their lives, and obviously the lives of all those who are around them and whom they teach. What else do you have to say?
Not much. I'm going to miss my fellow trainees, seeing them every day.
You're not coming
It's been 8 weeks, but it has seriously felt like a lot longer.
Felt
I
like
mean that mostly in good ways.
felt like a what? I'm sorry.
It felt like a lot longer.
That's wonderful. Thank you, Rachel.